Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Line organization, staff organization. Did you hear this topic? Where business organization and management, BOM. In that subject you already studied. The same topic which is related to the HRM also, human resource management. Line organization, staff organization. Today we'll see only the line organization. Line organization is one of the oldest method of organization which are to be implemented in the organizations. So this line organization also said as military organization system because the discipline and everything is so systematic in line organization. What is this line organization? Means the authority is given on the top management. Department heads are given the authority. They are taking care of the department. Nobody are going to interfere in their work. They are responsible for their department. So the authority flows from top to bottom, and they are taking care of the department. They have full liberties given to them. They can take the decisions, they can mold any way. So that kind of freedom is given to them, and also responsibility also. Every employee is responsible to one superior only, not more than that. Suppose say class 4 employees are there. Say name XYZ. X is responsible to only one supervisor. Y is also responsible to one supervisor. Means they have the clarity in their mind what they have to do, to whom they have to report, and to whom they have to submit the work, and from whom they are going to get the command. Everything is very clearly mentioned. Line organization. Responsibility flows from top to down. Liberty is given to all the heads of the managers. To make you understand very clearly about line organization, I have drawn here a small table. For example, board of directors are there. Board of directors, they have appointed general manager, GM. General manager has appointed heads of the departments, different departments. Here, purchase manager, product manager. General manager appointing department managers. Purchase department, purchase manager. Product department, product manager. Sales department, sales manager. Finance department, finance manager. Like general manager has appointed 4 heads. These 4 heads are responsible to their department only. They can appoint whoever is required as per the need of the department. For example, if we focus on the purchase manager, purchase department, this purchase manager is appointing one purchase assistant. Purchase assistant. Purchase assistant is appointing workers. Means purchase assistant is taking work from the worker. Then he will be reporting to the purchase manager. Ultimately, purchase manager is going to report to the manager. Authority flows from top to down. Responsibility from down to top. Now here, if you focus, workers are responsible to only one person. Who is that person? Purchase assistant. Purchase assistant is responsible to only one person. That is purchase manager. Purchase manager is responsible to general manager. General manager is responsible to board of directors. Responsibility from bottom to top. Whereas authority top to down. Clear? In the same way, product manager. Product manager is appointing foreman. Foreman is appointing workers. Now, product manager is not dealing directly to the workers. It is the duty of, whose duty? It is the duty of foreman. Yes. In the same way, sales manager is appointing supervisor to handle the sales. Supervisor is now appointing the workers. Through the workers, he is going to handle the things. Then whatever things are happening, that reporting will be given by the supervisor to the sales manager. In the same way, finance manager. Finance manager is appointing superintendent. Superintendent is appointing workers, clerks. Like this, the system will be there. Military system. No one is interfering in others' work. They are responsible for their work. Full liberty is given to the heads of the department. This is called as line organization. What are the features of this line organization? Main features are three. Easy to understand. First one is authority flows from top level to lower level. Authority from top to low. Just now we discussed. Board of directors are appointing, general manager is appointing, heads of the departments are appointing, supervisors or middle level management, then they are appointing the foremen. Like authority flows from top to down, bottom. And also responsibility flows upwards. Whereas the responsibility, he is responsible to purchase assistant. Purchase assistant is responsible to purchase manager. Purchase manager is responsible to general manager. General manager to board of directors. Like responsibility flows from down to upwards. Okay. So this is the first point. Clear? Next. Very easy. For every subordinate, one supervisor only. For every subordinate. If you take worker, who is his superior? Only this person. This person is not responsible to anybody apart from the purchase assistant. In the same way, suppose say if you take supervisor of sales manager, the supervisor is responsible only to the sales manager. Nobody can interfere in his work. Nobody can command. Nobody can talk to him directly about the responsibility, work and updates and all these things. This person is responsible only to him, not to anybody. Very clear. So this is what the second feature. For every subordinate, one supervisor only. And third feature is here, each person authority and responsibility defined very clearly. Each person's authority and responsibility, it is defined very clearly. If you take any person, suppose say we are taking a supervisor of sales manager, his authority, he is under the guidance of sales manager. Authority is this, and responsibility, he is responsible to only this person. Like if you take any person, every person is very clearly defined about the authority and responsibility. They are under whose authority, they are responsible to whom. Very clear. Okay. So these are the main three features of line organization. Now let's focus on the advantages, disadvantages. Once if you understand what is line organization, very easy to find out the features, advantages. If you know the features, advantages, disadvantages in own way also you can say. Now let's see advantages of line organization. First one is department heads are free to take decisions. They are free to take the decisions. No tension, no burden, and nobody is going to keep any kind of restrictions on them. Full liberty is given to them. They can take the free decisions because they are expertise in this field. If you take product manager, he knows production department. He can take the decisions by himself. No need to depend on someone. No need to take the guidance of others. No need of others to interfere in the production department. That is the liberty given to them. They can take the free decisions and delays can be avoided. No delay because they can take the decisions by themselves. Everyone is responsible to everyone. Complete the work, take the decisions, and things are to be done without any delay. Whereas in other organizations, if they are not following the line organization, things may go in different way. Sometimes from this way, that way, it travels automatically. When it comes to take the decision, the time has gone. There will be lots of delay. But now here, no delay because everyone is responsible to everyone, and heads are given the responsibility and freedom also. They can take the decisions, no delay. And also responsibility of employee are fixed. Responsibility is fixed already. I am responsible to so and so person. I am responsible, so I need to be careful to my boss. I am answerable to my boss. If I make any mistake, my boss is going to ask the explanation. I have to be very careful. Okay. So in that way, responsibility is fixed. When responsibility is fixed, all the employees will be alert. They'll have the clarity about their work. That automatically they'll work very well. They have that responsibility. They have that kind of liberty also. So that is why they need to be fixed. Everyone is fixed, so they have to give the best of their services. And last one, strong in discipline. Discipline is strong. Strong in discipline, not indiscipline. If you add both, the meaning will change. Strong in discipline, it will come. No, discipline wise, line organization is very strong. That is why we are comparing line organization with the military organization. Very clearly, everything is defined. So discipline is very strong. Strong in discipline, and it's very easy to understand also. Anyone can understand. But this line organization, most of the time, it is advised and following by the small organizations only. Anyhow, these are the 4 advantages. Now coming to disadvantages. Disadvantages, we have 4. What are the disadvantages? First one is it relies too much. What is this too much? Too much on the ability of the heads of the department. Full freedom is given to the heads of the department. Too much reliability, too much freedom. They may misuse. The misuse, what happens? The department, that angle, it's gone. If sales department is not proper, head is not proper, he has given freedom. He does not have much knowledge. He cannot take the decisions. He needs some support, but no support. Freedom is given. Means too much reliability on that particular head. It may give adverse results also. That is what we are saying in the first point. And also, department heads, they may adopt their policies, not organization policies. Freedom is given. They may adopt their policies ultimately, which is the waste of time and waste of material. Okay, this is the second point. Department heads may adopt their policies. If they go for their policies, if it is good, well and good, that will be an advantage. If it is not good, then that would be waste of time and waste of material. Okay, and another disadvantage is line organization is limited to small firms only. Big organizations, line organization is not going to work out. Very big organizations, small organizations, it is okay. So this is limited only to the small organizations. And no sharing of knowledge. Sharing of knowledge, here it is nil. Now suppose the sales manager has to take some decision related to his department. He is the head, only he has to take the decision. Sometimes he feels like taking advice from others, any expertise, but no one is there related to the sales department. Then his knowledge is limited only that area only. He cannot take the advice. No advice, no guidance from anybody. So this is a very big drawback in the line organization. Hope it is clear. Screenshot? Yes. Few more topics related to the HRM we'll see. Check out the playlist of the organization. Sorry, check out the playlist of our channel, and also don't forget to share this video. Stay connected. Good luck.